Welcome back. The details. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi arrived back home after participating in the EU-Africa summit, which took place in Brussels. Ahead of the summit's conclusion on Friday, the head of state participated along with other world leaders in a press conference organized by the World Health Organization on the sidelines of the gathering. Details.
President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi arrived back home after participating in the Africa-EU summit in Brussels. Ahead of the summit's conclusion on Friday, the president participated along with other world leaders at a press conference organized in the World Health Organization on the sidelines of the summit. Addressing the press conference, President el-Sisi expressed appreciation for the UN Health Agency over choosing Egypt to obtain the mRNA technology for vaccine manufacturing. Also on the sidelines of the summit, el-Sisi held a number of meetings with world leaders and officials. He held talks with his Tunisian counterpart Kais Saied in Brussels. President el-Sisi also held talks with the head of the Libyan Presidential Council, Mohammed el-Menfi. He also met with a number of African leaders, including Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta, Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari, and Senegalese President Macky Sall. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi also held talks with Cyprus President Nikos Anastasiades and the Prime Minister of Bulgaria, Kirill Petkov. President el-Sisi held talks with the head of the European Parliament, Roberta Metsola. He also held talks with the President of the European Council, Charles Michel, and President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen.
During his participation in the climate session of the 58th Munich Security Conference in Germany, Egypt top diplomat Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry said that by hosting the 27th session of the conference of the parties COP27, Egypt endeavors to continue cooperation with all world regarding the climate change as a challenge. Shoukry also pointed to the necessity of maintaining the target of decreasing the Earth's temperature 1.5 degrees. He also stressed the necessity of the companies and civil communities' participation in facing the problems of climate change. The Arab Parliament held its fourth conference on Saturday in the Arab League headquarters in Cairo. The conference was attended by speakers of the Arab parliaments and councils as well as accompanying delegations. The conference tackled the document of the Arab Parliament, which is to be presented to the next Arab League summit to be ratified. Addressing the conference opening, Arab Parliament Speaker Adel Assoumi said that the Palestinian cause is stalled due to Israeli stubbornness and called on the international community to shoulder its responsibility towards legitimate rights of the Palestinian people. He also called on Palestinian factions to unite and divisions to face mutual challenges. Al-Assoumi also said that the parliament does not ignore the danger of terrorism and that there should be a stance to be taken to evade intervention in any Arab country's internal affairs. Speakers of Arab councils and parliaments also addressed the conference. In a related context and to the speech of the Arab League Secretary General Ahmed Abul Ghait. Addressing the fourth conference of the Arab Parliament, Arab League Secretary General Ahmed Abul Ghait hailed the vital role of the Arab Parliament, saying that it reflects the voice of Arab peoples. He said the Arab Parliament reflects the value of wise ruling as cornerstone of stability in the Arab world and that it reflects the voice of Arab peoples. Abul Ghait stressed that the Arab Parliament supports the Palestinian cause, underscoring that interventions and colonization find good chance in fragile nations. He added that the parliaments in all Arab countries do not ignore the threat of terrorism and extremism, and he stressed that the world parliaments have also expanded their role. We are still with the fourth conference of the Arab Parliament, which took place in the Arab League headquarters in Cairo. Speaker of the House of Representatives, Hanif al-Gibali, said the Arab region's stability is related to a fair settlement of the Palestinian cause. He reiterated that the spread of terrorism needs more efforts to uproot its phenomenon. He also pointed to the dire need to activate trade and investment exchange. Under Secretary of State Baha el-Din Abu Shaqqa also addressed the conference. We are still with our local news and moving to the Health Ministry's daily report concerning the COVID-19 pandemic in the country. In its daily coronavirus report, Ministry of Health reported 2,053 new cases and 52 fatalities from the pandemic in the past 24 hours. The statement also announced that 1,983 patients were discharged from quarantine hospitals after recovering from the virus, bringing